disengage it. Okay?
Okay.
What's your CWS button do? If I hold back and I go autopilot, it gives you temporary control without disengaging the autopilot. Okay? So there's just different ways to test it if you need to. Okay, PFD and MFD is normal, AHRS is aligned, alternator 1 and 2. Okay. Bus 1 and 2 voltage checks, right here. To your alternator load, yeah. MFD, check engine and system. We're looking for 27.5 to 29 volts on bus 1. Engine, system. Okay. See the bus volts? Bus 2. Okay. The buses are tied. Okay, and they are. Okay, you see it? Okay. Lights. Taxi, nav, and strobes on, please. All right. Avionics, we've got the ATIS, we're on ground. What about the nav? Well, if I push flight plan and I highlight Las Vegas and push enter, okay, and then I activate my cursor and scroll down, 16.9 is active on nav 1, but I also want it on nav 2 active, okay? Then I go back to flight plan, and after that I need what? Mormon Mesa. Enter, activate my cursor, and I want it on standby 1, enter, standby 2. Right?
Okay. Cherokee 4269 Tango, Northwest Vegas ground, are you on my frequency?
Alright. Comm and nav are set, altimeter to 3025. CDI nav source. We're going to go CDI 1, and we're going to put the course to the 313 radial for the northbound departure. We're going to go to CDI 2 and put the 313 radial for the northbound departure, just in case we lose GPS. And then we're going to go back to GPS. Now, if I hit map HSI, layout, that's everything we want.
Cherokee 4269 Tango, Northwest Vegas ground, you on frequency?
Down here, I want to display what?
The VORs.
Wait, so add the bearings. Try it. Bearing 1, bearing 2. So that's a nice duplicate. Okay. All right, so that works. We don't know our transponder yet.
Yeah.
And we don't know altitude preselect or flight plan. So what we got to do is now we got to taxi out just long enough to get our clearance. But if you use these checklists, it's right there. All right, so if you want to pull up far enough, and we'll do the VOT test and get a checklist.
All right, let me do my pre-taxi.
Well, that's what we've done.
Oh.
That's where we are.
Oh, okay, so we're to the pre-taxi.
This is the before taxi checklist.
Ah, okay, so I don't need this.
Yeah.
Okay.
And on the flight controls, power way back. You're moving. If you wanted to see a taxiway diagram, clear, detail all, zoom in.
Las Vegas ground, crew check, 437 on hotel, holding short of Charlie.
Crew check 437 Northwest Vegas ground, continue into the ramp via hotel. When you have a moment, can I get a pirate from you?
Firm. So continue to the ramp via hotel, and then can we get progressive taxi to the ATP ramp on Familiar?
So what's the VOT
Clear check
frequency?
437, continue into the ramp via hotel, and once
So,
in the ramp, Unicom
if
for
you
parking assistance is
do it here,
122.905.
108.2.
Sounds good. 122.905, clear check
Active.
437. Light
Push the
shop
button.
on, nothing else.
108.2.
Clear check 437,
Active.
roger, thank you, have a good day.
You too.
And then I'm going to just do this so we all see it. CDI, if I press and hold the course button right here,
Clear check 437, you still on frequency?
it'll sync, and it should say 1802, and it does. Then I push CDI to nav2. If I sync the course button, it says 1802. So number 1 and number 2 exactly matched 180. That's the VOR check.
Okay.
So if you wanted to use ForeFlight, I can just create a new scratch pad and just a blank one. And go VOR check VOT 108.2 KVGT. Number 1 equals number 2 1802, which is the 360 radial, right? Today's date is 11/9/23, and look, I even signed it. And then all I do is I take a picture of it, like that, and I'll add it to my logbook. All right, so now we need to undo what we did. So 16.9 needs to go back in both, and Mormon Mesa was what? 13.1. If you're not sure, do this. If you're not sure, flight plan, highlight Mormon Mesa, get rid of my, there we go, flight plan, highlight Mormon Mesa, push enter, 1310. So you can use the G1000 to find things. Do we have to listen to the Morse code for Las Vegas? No,
No,
it's been identified. But we do need to reset our courses to what? The 313 radial. Wave at that truck, tell him he can go. Okay, CDI, 1. So do you have to do a VOR check if you're using GPS? Well,
yeah, in case you...
well, what happens if GPS fails, right?
Right.
Okay, so we've done it.
So these are the radials you put in 313, and then...
Right, because that's the radial we intercept out to Rusco,
okay.
is 313.
Okay, and the one coming back is
It,
320.
right, which would be a course of 140 back.
Right, 40, okay.
So you could also put CDI 2 on 140. I don't. I like them both that way, but it's just personal preference. All right, so now let's call and get our clearance.
Okay. With your, I can't really reach to set that one.
That's okay, I get it. So I'm just, before I talk, I like to listen to squelch, just make sure I'm on the right radio.
Okay.
North Las Vegas ground, good morning. Bonanza, November 71 Delta Kilo at the hangars off Kilo. I'd like to pick up my IFR clearance to Cedar City, Charlie Delta Charlie with ATIS Oscar.
Bonanza 71 Delta Kilo, North Las Vegas ground. Cleared to Cedar City Airport via the North Town 5 departure. Las Vegas VOR. Victor 394. Mormon Mesa, that's Mike, direct. Climb via SID. Expect 1000, 2 minutes after departure. Las Vegas departure frequency 125.9er, squawk 3450.
Bonanza, November 71 Delta Kilo is cleared to Cedar City via the Northtown 5 Las Vegas transition. Victor 394 Mormon Mesa. Climb via the SID, expect 1000 in 2 minutes. Departure 125.9er, squawk 3450.
Bonanza 1 Delta Kilo, read back correct. Advised and ready to taxi with current ATIS on this frequency.
Welcome all. Alright, so craft. I'm clear to Cedar City, route. I'm going to verify my flight plan. That's what we put in, right? Altitude. Well, the SID says we're supposed to stop at 5. We have to be at 5,000 or below at Rusco. So go ahead and put in 5,000 for me. Because we were told to climb via the SID. Expect what? 11,000 in how many minutes?
I put 2 minutes.
Right,
there.
so big knob here. Get rid of my cursor. Big knob to the right. To auxiliary, 1 left. And then look what I'm going to do. I'm going to go little knob down to utilities. Okay. And then I'm going to do what? I want a timer. Okay?
Okay.
So, do you see there's a generic timer right there? So if I activate my cursor, I want a down timer. Little knob, or big knob to the right, little knob changes it. 1, 2 minutes, enter. And then when we hear clear for takeoff, I will hit start.
Okay.
So we got route, altitude, climb 5,000 to the SID, expect 1,000 in 2 minutes. Frequency, 125.9 is correct. Transponder code is, and I'm going to show you an easy way to do it. What's the transponder code? 3450?
Correct.
So I know you can type in the buttons, but there's a way easier way. Grab your little knob here, 34, move the cursor, 50. Just use the knob.
Yeah.
It's quicker.
Yeah. Let me try that.
So, transponder, VFR. All right, transponder code. Instead of punching the buttons, turn your little knob to 34. Big knob, move the cursor, change it to 50 with your little knob. It's just easier.
Yeah.
All right, enter. Okay, so are we ready to taxi? Well, press and hold clear.